Hello everybody and welcome back to Farming Simulator 19. You're watching JCTV on the Xbox One console. This is the Przemas Outback John Deere Farm episode number 10. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. Alright, we are seeding the field again with corn. So we've got all of the fields harvested yesterday off camera, and we are reseeding this area here. You can see 20 through 23 is being replanted with corn, 16 and 15 are replanted with soybeans, and we're waiting for those to grow. And field number 14 is ready for harvest, but we have not purchased that yet. That is part 3 of phase 3, or part 3 of phase 2. Was that? Yeah, phase 2. Part 3 of phase 2 is in effect, and we currently have a fully loaded crop train ready to go to the train station mill. It is parked right outside the silo here. You can see that we've got 50,000 liters of sunflowers, 50,000 liters of soybeans, and 141,000 liters of corn. We are on our way to the train station mill right now. We've got $348,000 in the bank. Field number 14 costs $460,000. So I'm hoping, actually I'm almost positive there's enough money in this train to facilitate the purchase of field number 14, thus completing phase number 2. And we can probably do that today. So let's go to the train station mill. And while we are driving there in the train, have a quick look at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, folks. If you have not hit that subscribe button yet, please do so. Drop a like on the video and then ring that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we upload a new video. Head on over to the featured channeled section after that. Check out the excellent YouTubers there that are featured on the channel. Subscribe to those guys, like their videos, ring their notification bells, all that fun stuff. Then when you're done, check out the links in the description of the channel. Come and follow us on all of our social media campaigns, Twitter, Facebook, Discord, Patreon. There's a PayPal link there if you'd like to send a donation. That would be greatly appreciated. And there's also a new link there from sprizzy.com. Go and check them out. Here we are arriving at the train station mill. All right, and I've managed to remember to slow the train down before we get to the trigger point. There we go. It is coming up. We're going to sell the sunflowers first. All right, and don't forget, folks, field number 14 is actually ready for harvest. So if we make enough money, we can actually harvest again and sell some more sunflowers, because I do believe that there's sunflowers growing in field number 14. All right, so selling the first load of sunflowers, 50,000 liters of sunflowers going into the train station mill. Look at that money roll, $451,000. That was a $103,000 harvest. We are $9,000 away from our goal of completing phase number 2, and I think we're going to smash that goal here with this second grain car full of soybeans. Here we go, 50,000 liters of soybeans going into the train station mill. Look at that cash roll in. All right, $547,000. That's a $95,000 harvest. And last but not least, 141,000 liters of corn going into the train station mill. We should have more than enough cash to purchase 14, harvest it, and reseed it. Plus, I think we need to fertilize. Well, we'll probably fertilize later. It's getting late in the day, so we want to complete this purchase, have a little nap, and we will continue with phase 2 completion tomorrow morning. Later on in the episode, we're going to take a little nap, and we don't want to be farming at nighttime. There's not a lot of lights here in the Przemas Outback, so it just makes sense that we wait until tomorrow. There we go, folks. $676,000. The last 21,000 liters of corn going into the train station mill right now. Brings us to, so close to $700,000. $300 away. $699,000 in the bank. That's more than enough to purchase field number 14. So I think we're going to drive over there and do that right now before the sunflowers disappear and someone else harvests that field for us. We do want that extra cash in the bank. There we go. Made it across the railroad tracks perfectly without getting hit by the train this time. I got hit by the train like 3 times off camera. It was so annoying. One time it was with the seeder, and the bars came up just as I was in the middle of the crossing. Kind of sent me flying. It was funny. I wish I had recorded that. I thought you would maybe like to see that. All right, here's field number 14 full of sunflowers. We're going to make this purchase. There we go, $460,000. And phase 2 is now complete. Phase 1 was the purchasing and merging of all of those fields. Phase 2 is now complete with the purchase of these 3 fields up here, 14, 15, and 16. So now we're going to have 3 full fields of soybeans. This is going to be the soybean farm right here. We just have to drive back to the farm, grab the harvester. Well, we're going to harvest tomorrow morning. Right now, I just think we're going to take a little nap. Let's go and park the John Deere. We'll run up to the hayloft real quick, grab a quick nap, and come back tomorrow morning. All right, good morning, or sorry, good afternoon, folks. It is now the second day in our 2-day episode. We took a little nap in the hayloft and overslept, obviously, but that's a good thing because now all of our fields are in the first and second stage of growing, which means we can fertilize, and that's what we're going to do right now before we start harvesting those soybeans, or sunflowers, rather. We're going to hop in the John Deere, attach the fertilizer sprayer, fill it up, and then we're going to fertilize the already existing planted fields of corn and soybeans. And then we're going to replant. We're going to harvest and then reseed field number 14, which is just newly purchased. So right now we sit at $234,000 in the bank, and we've got, I'm going to guess, probably 50 to 60,000 liters of sunflowers to harvest. I'm confused. Is it liters or pounds? It's a solid, not a liquid. So do we use liters or do we use pounds? I'm not sure. Is it 1,000 pounds? I'm going to go with, I've been saying liters all this time. We're going to go with liters. 1,000 liters, 5,000 liters, who knows? Soybeans, liquids. I'm confused. All right, so let's fire up the fertilizer sprayer here. We'll get the worker going, fertilizing the corn. There we go, unfold. I am still looking for a more cost-effective fertilizer sprayer. I wish John Deere made a fertilizer sprayer because that would just fit nicely with the John Deere farm. So if there's any modders watching in the audience, I am requesting a John Deere fertilizer sprayer or a John Deere fertilizer spreader. That is your job now. Make it. Make it so. All right, let's continue fertilizing here. We will jump in the harvester, drive on over to the sunflower field, harvest those sunflowers, get those on the truck, and then I think we'll drive those over to the train station mill. I just default to the train station mill now because they're always paying the most for everything. And it seems to be working out okay. So I don't think we need to go anywhere else. We'll just keep selling at the train station mill. It works when you're using the train as well. You know, hundreds of thousands of pounds of crops or liters, whatever. Oh, train's coming. We gotta wait. Danger! Danger! Only you can prevent railroad accidents. There we go. All right, good stuff. Let's get across these tracks before the other train comes. Perfect. We'll go out the gate and over to the sunflower field. And I think once we get this field halfway harvested, we can bring the seeder over and start reseeding while we're finishing the harvesting process. I want to get this field reseeded today and growing so that way all 3 of these all 3 of these soybean fields can be harvested at the same time, one after another. That is the goal. All right, so we're going to start harvesting over here, and then we'll go about 50%, and then we'll bring the seeder out and the John Deere 8 Series, the 8RX, I can't remember what it's called. The John Deere tractor, the green one, that's what we're going to bring over. And we'll attach the seeder and start reseeding some soybeans once we have completed the harvesting process up to about a 50% capacity. All right, so there we go. The harvester is off and running. The worker is hired. We are good to go. Let's zip on back to the farm. We'll grab the Lizard Road Runner semi-trailer and 53-foot tipper. We'll bring that over there as well. See, can we make it across? No train coming. It's hit or miss with these trains. Sometimes they run, sometimes they don't. Sometimes those pegs like to come up while you're in the middle of the crossing, which I so unfortunately found out the other day. It was not fun. Threw my cedar over the wall. I had a heck of a time trying to get it down back onto the ground. Alright, so we'll park the semi-trailer right about here. There we go. That looks good. Alright, that looks good right there. Alright, now we just need to go back to the John Deere tractor, the big green one. And we'll attach the seeder, fill it up with seed and fertilizer, and bring it over to get it ready to reseed the field with soybeans. That is going to be our soybean farm. So we've got the corn area, which produces roughly 130 to 140,000 pounds of corn. Liters, who cares at this point? I'm just going to go with liters. These four fields, which directly ahead of us, produce 130 to 140,000 liters of corn. The soybeans, we're roughly getting 50,000 per field. So we should be getting just about $150,000 liters of soybeans for those three fields collectively, and that will be our soybean farm. And then we still need to decide on what phase 3 is going to be. I have not given any thought, honestly, to what phase 3 is going to be. I know we want to buy some more big fields and we want to merge them together. I'm not sure if I want to do a cotton farm. That means we have to buy harvesters and another trailer to haul the bales. The John Deere cotton harvesters would make a great addition to the John Deere farm, mind you, but they're like $480,000. We could probably afford it harvest after harvest, but I don't know. We'll think about it. Maybe we'll do cotton, maybe something else. Maybe we'll start like a wheat, oats, and barley farm where we get lots of bales and we sell the bales. Who knows? If you have any ideas on what you want phase 3 to be, then by all means leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think that you want phase 3 to be, and we'll try our best to implement your idea. We'll leave it up to you, the viewer, of how this farm goes. What do you want to see? I'm going to veto sugar beets and potatoes right now. If anyone comments sugar beets and potatoes, it's going to get shot down. I'm using my ownership veto power. I will not plant soybean or sugar beets or potatoes or sugar cane. No sugar cane either. Those are my 3 no-nos. No sugar cane, no sugar beets, no potatoes. Anything but that. All right, we are going to continue harvesting. We're going to flip back and forth between the harvester and the seeder just to see how things are going. It's a good thing to keep an eye on all your workers just to make sure everyone is doing well. All right, so here is, all right, this isn't a worker, this is me. We are fertilizing the last little bit of this field before we fill up the sprayer again and move over to the soybean farm. Let's just get this done and out of the way. I don't think we need to fertilize that one little 1-foot strip of field. We've got 99.5% of the field fertilized. I think that'll be good for our corn harvest. I don't think we need to go over that little square right there. I'll have to make some minor tweaks and adjustments next time to the worker's field of view so that he goes right to the end. Maybe we'll manually do the headland first, and then we'll have the worker take over from there. All right, let's fill up the fertilizer sprayer. Let's make our way over to Soybean Alley. All right, just checking the bank account real quick. We're down to $221,000. That's not bad. Remember, we started out with virtually nothing and just one field. And now we've got a miniature empire. All right, let's unfold the, is it Amazon or Amaze1? I don't know how you pronounce that. I'm going to say Amaze1 because it amazes me how expensive this seeder is to fill up. There we go. Well, not seeder, fertilizer sprayer. It's the Amaze1 fertilizer sprayer. All right, the harvester's full. Worker has stopped because he needs to be emptied. Let's drive the semi-trailer over to the harvester. We'll empty you out into the trailer, and we'll let you continue on your way, sir. Very sorry to keep you waiting. Oh, don't know why I'm sorry. I'm still paying you by the minute, looks like. Every second that goes by, money comes out of my bank account whether you're working or not. All right. Let's see if we can get the seeder set up and positioned where we want to start. We're going to start on this side right here where it was already harvested, obviously. We're not going to seed over top of crops that need to be harvested. That's just crazy talk. All right, we'll just set this up right here. There we go. Perfect. Excellent. We'll put you right here, Mr. Seeder, and when the time comes, we will start you off. Not just yet, though. We're going to wait a little bit till the harvester harvests a little bit more crops. He is off and on his way now that he's empty, and we've got 14,000 liters of sunflowers in the trailer. This worker is doing good. He is fertilizing his little heart out, going up and down the field. That's good. Thank you, Mr. Worker. I sure do appreciate you. And now that you're done, we're going to do the headland again because you missed a couple of spots. That's okay. I think the next time we fertilize, we're going to do the headland ourselves. And that way the worker won't have anything to worry about. And it'll save us a couple of bucks. You can see the money is slowly draining dollar by dollar. Every second, it goes down a buck. Workers are pretty cheap. That's like, what, 60 bucks? Oh, why, maybe not. That's $60 a minute. And, okay, maybe not so cheap. Maybe I'm in the wrong business, and I should be an FS19 worker. Because if I'm getting 60 bucks a minute, that's crazy. That's 360 bucks an hour. Is that math right? 60 minutes in an hour? Yeah. 60 bucks a minute times 60 minutes. It's $360 an hour I'm paying this guy. Well, I guess it's small potatoes in terms of the money that we're making. That's all right. Saves me from doing it myself. God bless the field workers. All right. I think now you are harvested far enough along. We can move this semi-trailer out of the way. Well, first we're going to empty the harvester because he is getting close to being full. So it's always good to try and empty your harvester before he gets full, so that way you're not paying the worker to sit still. Here we go. We'll just drive alongside you, fine sir. Match your speed, collect the sunflowers, and then maybe we'll start the seeding process. Once you reach the end of this row, you will be far enough along that the seeder won't catch up with the harvester if we let it go. That's the one thing we don't want to happen, is the seeder to get stuck behind the harvester. Because the harvester trucks along at 6 miles an hour, as you can see, but the seeder runs 10. So he's going to slowly catch up with the harvester. There we go. That's enough sunflowers out of you, sir. We'll be back when you're full. All right, we'll just leave you. Where are we going to park you? We'll put you right here. That's out of the way enough. We can seed a little bit, and we can get that operation moving. What happened to my tractor? It's all sideways. Maybe because we parked it on the hill, forgot to hit the parking brake. Who knows? All right, we're already set on soybeans. We are going to start seeding soybeans before the harvesting is done. Get everybody working double time, and we'll make that money from the soybean farm. I'm really looking forward to trying to sell 150,000 liters of soybeans and 150,000 liters of corn all on one train. That's going to be fantastic. Well, there's 4 grain cars, and each one holds, 90,000 liters, so we should be able to do it. Or, no, each grain car holds 120,000 liters, so we should be fine. All right, fertilizing is good. Here we are doing the headland again on the second field. I guess Through experience, we've learned that the worker will not go to the end of the field. I don't know if he's scared to get hit by the traffic that we've turned off or what. But either way, I have no problem saving a couple of bucks and doing the headland myself. So we'll just do that. And then we don't have to worry about paying the worker. Alright, and then once we do this, the fertilizing is done. We can fold up the sprayer and put it away. And then we can focus on other things. Now it's done. There we go. Let's fold this baby up. We'll put it back in the shed. And then we'll figure out what to do next. Yeah, after we put this in the shed, we can probably just flip-flop back and forth between the harvester and the seeder. Now that the fertilizing is now complete, there's not really much else to do except harvest the rest of those sunflowers. Then, yeah, put them in the truck and then sell them. We've got to do a quick repair job on the fertilizer sprayers. When I checked it, it's down to like 3%. So there we go. It was pretty hurting. We put that thing through its paces. The Amaze 1 fertilizer sprayer. Amazon Amaze 1. Who knows? Alright. Helper A has nearly a full grain tank at 80%. So we've got to go and empty that. Let's just stick this back in the shed. Thank you, Mr. Fertilizer Sprayer. You did your job today. That's greatly appreciated. We'll call you again when we need you. You're going to get a lot busier, though, because we are going to buy some more fields soon. Phase 3 is now in the planning process. I'm leaving it up to you guys to tell me what Phase 3 is. If no one comments on what they want Phase 3 to be, I'm just going to do it myself. Alright, so we're seeding. That's good. We're harvesting. That's good. We're almost done. 1 or 2 more passes, maybe 2 more passes to get all of the sunflowers into the harvester and then into the tipper and then out to the train station mill for sale. Let's empty the harvester one more time. Drive along beside him, match his speed. Yeah, probably 2 more. That last line of sunflowers looks a little wide for the harvester, so I think we're going to have to do it twice. We're going to have to go back up the field and then back down again. That's okay. It's not going to take very long. We'll be over in a few minutes. We're down to, what, $218,000 now. We are spending a lot of money on fertilizer. There's got to be a more cost-effective way. I think maybe I want to look into one of those, since we're breaking the John Deere Farm Pact by using the Amaze 1 fertilizer sprayer, just because it had a little bit of John Deere green in it. It does have that ugly orange in it as well, but well, anyways, maybe we can continue breaking the John Deere Farm Pact and we'll just get one of those drivable fertilizer sprayers that holds like 5,000 liters of fertilizer and is a little more cost effective, and it drives by itself. That might be something to look into. The Horsch power sprayer, I think it's called. The Horsch Deeb or Horsch Lieb, I can't remember. We'll look at it later. Maybe that's an option that we want to go to. Alright, so this is all we have to do today is harvest and seed. So let's skip ahead to a little bit past the seeding process, and my worker has stopped because the fertilizer tank is empty. So the harvester is on the last line of soybeans. He is almost done. And then we can go and sell. Sorry, I keep saying soybeans. The harvester is almost done harvesting the sunflowers. He's got a last little bit to do. And then he is finished. So we are just going to go and refill the seeder. Now we've got 50% seed and just about 60% of the field complete. So I don't think we need seed. I think we just need fertilizer. So we're going to save a little bit of money. Not that we don't need to. We've got $218,000, so I think we'll be okay. Let's just go refill with fertilizer, and then we will finish seeding. There we go. Worker G. Helper G has finished his task for the day. So that means the sunflowers are all harvested and ready to go into the truck. And then we can go and sell those, because now we're down to $215,000. Fertilizer is really expensive. All right. Maybe we should look at getting some cows or some pigs so that we can get manure spreaders and then not pay for fertilizer at all. That seems like an option. Maybe that could be phase 3. Cows or pigs. Take that into account, viewers, when you're making your choices for phase 3. We could do cows or pigs. Anything that produces manure to help save me some money in fertilizer. We could scrap that Amaze 1 fertilizer sprayer altogether and just get a manure spreader. Think about that. Sounds like a good idea. Alright, where were we here? Where were we? Where is the end of the seeding process? Right there. Oh yeah, we've got lots of seed left. 2 more laps and the seeding will be done. Let's just position this guy right where he left off and see if we can get it. Oh, almost perfect. Looks good. Right there. We can just start this worker off again. Switch on back to the harvester. Dump the remaining sunflowers, 4,000 liters of sunflowers, into the tipper and then drive on over to the train station mill. Sell these and then finish seeding this field. I think that is going to be our plan right now. Alright, there we go. Harvester is empty. Put the pipe back in, fold up the harvester, and we'll put you away, and then we're going to go sell these sunflowers. Okay, that is all done now. Harvester's wrapped up and put away. We are at the train station mill with our sunflowers. Let's get these into the warehouse. $215,000 and go for sale of sunflowers. There it goes. Where does that leave us? In a pretty good position. $275,000. And now all we have to do is wait for those crop fields to grow, and then we can harvest those and then make some more money, and then we can fund phase 3 of our project, which is still currently unknown. Up in the air. Phase 3, who knows what it's gonna be. Let's drive this back to the farm. We will put this away. We'll finish seeding that field, and then that is going to wrap up this episode, folks, while we drive the semi-trailer back to the farm. If you have not done so already, take a quick minute, hit that subscribe button for me. That would be greatly appreciated. Drop a like on the video, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we upload new content. That is going to be it for today, folks. Thanks for stopping by. I sure do appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to hang out in the Przemas Outback with me. This was the Przemas Outback John Deere Farm, episode number 10 on JCTV. You're watching Farming Simulator 19. Played on the Xbox One console. For now, this is JCTV saying, see you later.